Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back for another round of Shardlight. If you are joining us today for the first time, Shardlight is a post-apocalyptic adventure game. We are in a post-nuclear United States. Maybe it's not entirely clear, but heavily implied. And we are Amy Wellard, daughter of ourselves the mechanic. And up to this point, we've only done what people told us to, like repair reactors, deliver letters, infiltrate terrorist organizations, uncover plots. You know, the usual. And we found out that the government is hoarding the vaccine that they make people go and do dangerous jobs in order to gain lottery tickets for. And they have more than enough to heal the entire population for a year over. But apparently they think that would make their nation too prosperous and too vulnerable to continued attack. Which is absolute bullshit. So we broke out of prison, tried to save our buddy, got him stabbed, and got visited by the Reaper. And now it's 3 weeks later, so let's get back to it. Let's see if these guys have anything else to say to me.
I don't think this old thing gets used much anymore.
You know, for a failing farm, their house is pretty fucking clean and
Pop's old hunting
clutter-free.
rifle. It's just decorative these days. I'm pretty sure that used to be Gus's old toy chest. I'm not gonna look through all. Nothing in there except a bed, and I'm not sleepy right now.
Yeah, no gets it.
Now's not the time for cooking.
That's right. Take a load off.
So I'm being hunted by the aristocracy?
They've eased off a bit, but they were really cracking down a couple of weeks ago. I've had to avoid the market district for a while, just because I was sick of being harassed every day.
I think they got tired and mostly gave up after a while. They still have wanted posters up, but nobody's blabbed. You've got yourself some pretty loyal friends.
Thank you. I'm sorry to have caused you trouble. Are your sheep doing any better with the blue burglar?
As a matter of fact, they are. A week after I planted it, it was sprouting up everywhere. And the sheep love it. It's too early to tell just yet, but I think we might just be okay for next season.
Glad to hear it. Anything else I should know about the Reaper cult?
Just that you should stay away from them if you can help it. I don't want to see you dancing around chanting mumbo-jumbo.
Come on, Pop. Amy's got a good head on her shoulders. You know she's not capable of being taken in by people like that.
I've seen some people I thought were pretty level-headed get swept up in their nonsense. I don't know what they're drinking, but be careful, Amy.
I'll be fine. Both of you. Relax.
It's easy for you to say.
I really should be going.
Come back anytime you want to rest. We'll be here.
Please be careful out there, Amy.
Sounds like the Reaper cult is hoarding all the good drugs. Now
I'll see
I
you
want
guys
to
later.
pay them a visit
Take
even
care
more.
of yourself out there, Amy.
I can go to the reactor entrance, but apparently not to my home. Which, if you think about it, is actually pretty smart. That's the first place they'd look at. Let's go see what Danton has to say.
It's good to see at least some plant growth in this area, even if it is just a bunch of weeds.
Fox, you better be careful where you say that, or I'll stick the aristocratic guard on you.
I'm not the landscaper. I'll leave the weed pulling to someone else. Hello? Danton! Bruce, are you still in here?
Amy, you're alive? I heard they had gotten you at Willowdale Plaza.
They tried, but not hard enough.
Amy trying to sound like a badass when all that really happened was she got fucking stabbed and rescued by a weirdo in a mask who may or may not have been Tiberius. I'm pretty sure that the Reaper was Tiberius and that he's playing like 6D chess or something.
Have you had anything new in the works?
We've been trying to lay low and plan our next move. I've tried recruiting new members, but we haven't had much luck. Word of the massacre in the Market District is spread, and the people are afraid to fight the aristocracy. It's maddening. I'm just itching to launch an attack on Tiberius, but we don't have the manpower required just yet.
Sorry to hear that.
Don't be. As long as we're breathing, we haven't lost hope.
Time for me to go. Be careful.
If you need a place to hide, you can always come back here.
Honestly, I'm pretty okay with people not following Danton. She's a pretty fucking incompetent leader. Like, not even checking me for bugs? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good of you to ask.
Well, that was a fruitful visit.
An old speed limit sign. It's been ages since anything traveled down a road that fast.
Like, I get that it's been like 20 years since the apocalypse, or 25, but that's not ages.
If you see any suspicious
A
activity
shard of
or
uranium
behavior,
glass.
please
The sun.
report it
I don't
immediately
need it.
to
There
the
are plenty.
Ministry of Energy.
Alright, let's check out the Market District.
Ripping down a wanted poster isn't going to magically make me innocent again. That doesn't even look like me.
Gordon's stall seems to be empty.
Citizens, if you see any suspicious activity or behavior, please report it immediately to the Ministry of Energy.
Hello, Marishka.
Amy, get away from here. Guards are looking for you. Be careful.
Thanks for the warning, Marishka, but I'll be fine.
Please go, Amy. Do not stay here.
Yeah. I already know that there's no death in this game.
Hi, Nelson.
Amy, you shouldn't stick around too long. The guards have been looking for you.
What else can you tell me?
There were so many things people had. Electricity, running water, mobile phones. I think most of us took those things for granted. People used to say that technology was ruining our humanity, that we were forgetting how to talk to each other if it wasn't through some device. Funny how it took the near collapse of society to bring us back together.
I'll see you later, Nelson.
Be careful, Amy.
I gotta say though, this is a pretty damn diverse post-apocalyptic settlement. Like, there's a black dude, and this guy seems to be like Pacific Islander type. And then there's the Arab dude, and Marishka is definitely some kind of Slav. Yeah, I agree, Pama. In this game, if they didn't overdo it with the death, I think this game could have been well served with some death scenes. Anything interesting here?
Looks as though someone has been excavating. I don't think I need...
Nope, nothing interesting.
It's locked.
still think that looks like Tooth Hive.
Hi there.
Welcome. What may I help you with?
Can I go in?
That depends. Are you ready to die?
Sure, why not?
If you're not willing to take this seriously, then
Hi there.
welcome.
Can...
Are you ready?
No, of course not.
Then maybe you should get on. Hey, where do you think you're?
Inside...
Not without getting clear.
I'll just...
Farewell.
I can't just go around...
How the heck am I supposed to get in there? I thought now that I've met the Reaper, I'd have some other dialogue options.
A bird that nice is...
May I help you?
Do you know where the Reaper is?
Believe me, if I did, I'd be gone already.
I think, Pama, the problem with the game is not so much the lack of death scenes, but that they try to create tension when it's pretty damn clear that you can't die. Like, they never try that in Monkey Island. There's a little tension in the LeChuck segments, but it's more of a time pressure tension, less of a death tension. And in this game, they definitely try to threaten your life.
I want to go into the cathedral, but I'm not allowed.
I had a feeling that might be the case. The doors will not open to just anyone. You must be truly willing to embrace death in order to enter.
You could die in Techno Babylon? I don't remember that.
I think I need to worship the Reaper.
Well, this is certainly a different attitude from the last time we spoke. If I may ask, what caused you to change your mind?
I saw him, the Reaper.
Oh, I hardly think that can be true. Only one person has seen the Reaper and lived, and that is our founder. Surely you have an actual reason for wanting to join the Acolytes?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I totally forgot that.
I'm ready to join. I promise.
Are you? What troubles you?
All this time, I've just been trying to survive, but compared to everything else that's been going on, it seems kind of pointless now. I mean, my green lung vaccine will be wearing off soon. 2 of my friends are dead because of me, and the government wants my head. I just don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to keep living like this. I'm lost. I need help, and I don't know where to go.
It's all right. You came to the right place. Go talk to Claire in front of the cathedral. Tell her you are ready. Good luck on your journey to death, young lady. May the Reaper take you swiftly and peacefully.
So,
Thanks.
this wasn't the most terrible puzzle design, but personally I think it was a little too obtuse, a little more obtuse than necessary. Like, I could have just as well had that same conversation with Claire at the door. They could have just given me the same dialogue options with Claire. There's no real reason why I had to go back to the market crier dude and have that dialogue.
Hi there.
Welcome.
I...
Are you alright? You seem troubled.
I don't know. Things have just been so hard, and
It's okay. You're safe here. Tell me what's happening.
I'm just trying to make things right, but every time I think it's getting better, something worse happens. I didn't want any of this to happen. I just wanted to fix my dad's car before I die.
So you're dying then?
Yeah, I don't have long.
Then, are you ready to die?
I think so. Yes. I just want to see my loved ones again.
Say no more then. Go inside and speak with our leader, Jess. She'll be glad to welcome you to the Acolytes.
I'm scared, Claire.
That's entirely natural. Just know that you are safe here. Nobody wants to hurt you. You're in welcome arms. May death come to you swiftly, fellow seeker.
I agree that there was a lot of character development in that conversation, but I'm saying that there's no real reason why I had to have it with the town dude. I could just as well have had the same conversation with Claire. Like, I get that it's kind of a puzzle, but you could have made the puzzle having to choose the right answers. Like, making the puzzle just having to go to a different dude to have a conversation you could have had with that dude. It's not primo puzzle design. It's not the worst, but it's not primo puzzle design.
Ah, young lady. I'm so pleased to see you've decided to join us here. Please, make yourself at home and feel welcome. The Acolytes of the Reaper are glad to have you here to celebrate with us and await your time of passage to the Promised Land. Follow me and have a seat. You're just in time to hear the daily affirmation.
Brothers and sisters, as another sun sets, we seek comfort in the knowledge that we are all one day closer to the Promised Land. Although no members of our flock have taken the great journey today, tomorrow still awaits. Always remember that no matter how terrible things may seem for us here, the Promised Land will heal all our pain and suffering. We are all here, born into this struggle, to come so far and end up returning to dust. Now let us join together in a moment of silence to honor the Reaper and pray for a visit from him soon. Let the music and celebration begin. May death come swiftly for us all.
Again, Pama, I don't see why it was necessary to go to the town dude for that.
I wonder if playing dress up with statues is considered sacrilegious. Real marble. Nice. What is she doing in here? She's just a little girl. Hello there.
Hi.
What's your name, kiddo?
Maggie. What's yours?
I'm Amy. How old are you, Maggie?
7.
That's kind of young to be in a place like this.
Mommy brought me here. She's been coughing and tried to get better. Then I started coughing too. She says that if I pray to the Reaper, I won't hurt anymore.
When did you start living here with the other the other worshippers?
About 2 weeks ago, after Daddy died. Mommy and I were really sad, but one day she went out to the market, and when she came back, she said she'd found a way for us to be with him again. So we came here and met all these nice people. Sometimes I still feel sad, but they help me feel happy again.
Have a good day.
May the Reaper take you!
At least I found a good child voice actor.
That's a catchy tune they're playing. I shouldn't bother them. They're really into their music. He's just sitting around minding his own business.
I wonder where I get my fancy hat.
Hi there. I'm Amy.
Reaper bless our meeting. I'm Norman.
Pleasure. So, what made you decide to follow the Reaper?
Well, as you probably noticed, I'm no spring chicken. I lost my wife on Blast Day. My children both died of green lung this year.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Why would you say that? There was much suffering in their lives. Yes, I was sad that they left this world so early. But the Reaper tells us true. There is a better world beyond this one. To grieve for them when they are in the Promised Land, it makes no sense.
I'll see you later, Norman.
May death come for you swiftly, Amy.
Ah, the joys of organized religion. Oh boy. I better just not say too much here.
She looks lost in thought. Hi there, I'm Amy. I'm new here.
I thought so. Welcome into the Reaper's embrace, Amy. I'm Ellie.
What brought you to join the Acolytes?
When my family found out I had green lung, they kicked me out. I wasn't angry at them, but I felt so alone. I hated the idea of dying with so many things left unfinished. But then Jess found me and took me in. She told me the word of the Reaper. I was so happy to learn that I could find a better life after death, that this was only one step in a larger plan. It's so much better to die happy and among friends than alone with no guidance.
Have you seen your family again?
My mother saw me preaching in the market once and ran away. They don't understand, but it's their choice not to. I have all the family I need here.
I'm going to go now. We'll talk later.
Have a blessed day. May death come for you swiftly.
That does not look good. This wreckage is horrifying, but maybe there's something I can use. There's a loose piece of shrapnel here with a sharp edge. You can never have too many weapons.
Suika, I thought you lost that one. The good old times. I still say that puzzle is fucking bullshit.
She looks haunted by something. Excuse me?
Yes?
So, why is there a plane sticking out of this church?
The story goes that on the day the world ended, there was an airplane flying overhead that got caught in the blast. It ended up crashing into this cathedral, killing all those on board, as well as everyone inside the building.
That's awful.
Is it? They were spared the misery of the world after the catastrophe. I rather envy them, to be honest.
Are you the leader of the Reaper cult?
Indeed. My name is Jess. Welcome. I'd prefer it if you didn't use such a pejorative word to describe us, though. We're the Acolytes of the Reaper. Please address us by that name, if you would.
Of course. I'm sorry. My name is Amy, by the way.
A pleasure, Amy. May you find the peace you seek here.
Can you tell me about the Reaper?
Of course. Was there anything in particular you wanted to know?
Who is he?
He is our savior, the shepherd, the psychopomp. He is the one who would lead us to the Promised Land, the life beyond.
Heaven?
It has many names. Heaven, Paradise, Nirvana, the Promised Land. But though the names vary, the concept remains the same.
Can you be sure it will be better? Or that there even is a Promised Land?
Even if what lies beyond death is nothing but oblivion, it would still be better than this world.
I suppose so.
Yeah, that's the part I never understand about death cults. Fox. It's pretty close though, Suika, like very close. Super duper close. Like if they were uncle and preteen daughter, that would be too close.
What does the Reaper do?
He removes us from the misery of this life and takes us beyond.
How?
His legion of ravens patrols the skies and searches for the sick and dying. They appear to those who are near death and summon him.
Ravens?
Yes, ravens with red eyes that refuse to sing. If you see one, it means he is near.
I've seen quite a few of them, actually.
Then consider yourself lucky, Amy. You are not long for this world.
What's your reason for worshipping him?
I was once a non-believer, but I had an experience many years ago that changed everything.
What happened?
I saw him, and I lived. At first I didn't know why, but in time I came to understand. I was chosen. It became my duty to spread his word. Death is coming for us all. We must embrace it rather than fear it.
Does that mean you're a suicide cult?
I asked you not to use that word.
Right, sorry.
And no, we are not. To die by our own hands would disrupt the Reaper's pattern. We all have our allotted times, and expediting those would anger him. So we wait and comfort each other in our last days.
But how do you know that your suicide is not part of the pattern? You dumb bitch! Your religion makes no sense. Just like all religions.
Do you know where I can find the Reaper?
Your time will come. Just be patient.
No, you don't understand. I've already seen him. I need to find him again.
You've seen him?
Yes, a few weeks ago.
Did he speak to you?
He did. He said he was going to ease my pain.
And yet, here you are.
When I saw him, I was fighting for my life. It took me 3 weeks just to stand again. I didn't want to die. Now, I don't know. I just want to see my friends and family again.
I'm sorry you've been through so much. You need to find out why you were robbed of your passage to the Promised Land. You need to have the vision.
The what?
It's a ritual we have for those who seek communion with the Reaper. It will allow you to speak to him and ask whatever questions you want. Go through that door there. It will lead you to a courtyard. Sit on the bench. Underneath it, you will find a decanter. Drink from it. You will soon go into a deep trance. If you are lucky, he will come to you.
That's all I wanted to know about the Reaper for now.
Very well.
Have a good day.
May death come to you swiftly, fellow seeker.
Sweetest, if that's how you see science, then that's just as bad as any organized religion, because that's not how science is supposed to be seen. Also, I wonder which version of the Rite of Ashk they are going to use. Whether it's gonna be the one with the candles or the one with the egg and the mouse.
She watches o'er us all, protecting with her light. Though shadows may grow tall, she won't give up her fight. I'd really rather not. It's pretty, but also kind of scary. She watches. Nice. I bet it was even prettier when it was operational. No coins in it, unfortunately. I wonder if that's someone's grave. That would be looks comfortable enough.
Alright, let's do some drugs. And I really just do these saves out of joking.
I'm so glad Gus and Pop aren't here to see this.
What's you getting drunk?
Yeah. Oh, my head is swimming. What was in that decanter?
Amy.
That sounded like Clem?
You've sure had a hell of a time, huh, Amy? How are you holding up? You know what you have to do now, right?
I don't know. I'm just ready to give up.
Don't do that just yet. I can help you. Follow me.
Well, okay then.
I really hope that goes back to the cathedral. Looks comfortable enough. I know that face from somewhere.
It's Tiberius,
I
you
know that-
twit.
Take off the mask? I don't want to see what's underneath. It's just hanging there. How is that even possible?
It's possible because you're in a
I
drug-fueled
don't think I
fueled
can
hallucination.
reach it. I don't even think it's real. I'm supposed to follow Clem. He didn't go that way.
And we're back to Amy doing just what she's been told. Great.
Why are we here, Clem? I thought the whole point of this was to talk to the Reaper.
You've got some jumbled thoughts going around your head. You need to get those sorted out.
How am I supposed to do that?
There's some folks who will help you with that.
Hey, Amy.
Denby.
Oh, fuck you.
Hello again, Wellard.
Oh God, not you again.
Hey, kiddo.
Dad.
Each of them is here to help you put your thoughts together. I'll just leave you to it. See you soon, Amy.
I would just like to clarify that SuperDrops and Safe State Heroes do not endorse any statements made in the chat.
Denby, I'm so sorry. I wish I got to you in time. You didn't deserve this.
Hey, don't apologize. It's not your fault. There's something I need to show you. Come with me.
What's going on?
You know how you've been seeing all those ravens?
Yes, something has been bothering me about them.
So think about it. What exactly is it about them that's bothering you?
You're telling me that the ravens are robots.
It's just a regular raven, like the ones I saw at Fripp Square and Pop's farm. All they do is wait to eat things and make noise.
Sure, that's what ravens do, isn't it?
A raven with red eyes. This is like the one that helped me escape Rockwall. Hang on, I didn't realize just how crazy that sounds. How could a bird help someone escape from jail?
I don't know. Seems kind of weird to me, too.
It doesn't make sense. The ravens I've been seeing with the red eyes. I've never seen another living thing with eyes that glow like that.
What sort of things have you seen that do?
Shards, electric lights, artificial things.
That's right.
So that means these ravens aren't real?
Makes sense to me.
But they fly, and they clearly understand commands.
Whoops.
Of course. They're mechanical. But if that's the case, who's controlling them?
Excellent question. You'll find an answer, I'm sure. You should head back. Don't forget what we talked about.
I won't. Goodbye, Denby. I miss you.
Miss you too, Amy. Take care of yourself.
Maybe I'm just...
Very good, Amy. Now jump.
Maybe I'm just down on the game, but I find this a very ham-fisted way to reveal stuff like this.
Dad, it's great to see you again.
Great to see you too, kiddo. How have you been?
I've been better. How come you never told me you were a rebel?
Becoming a rebel was my choice to make. I wanted you to live as carefree as possible. The less you knew, the more time you could spend playing with your friends. Being a kid.
I think I understand.
Hey, Toomby.
Now, come on. We've got work to do. Right. Let's get back to work. It's been way too long.
No speed limit? That sounds amazing. It looks like the one in the market district. It's running normally. I don't need to pump. It's so close to being done, and yet so far.
Hey, the old girl's looking almost finished. You've done a great job restoring her, kiddo.
Thanks. It hasn't been easy.
We sure had some great times working on her, didn't we? Hey, the old girl.
Okay, let's get to work.
Ah, crap, I completely forgot. Gordon brought that fan in before. Said it was giving him trouble.
I'll take care of it. Shouldn't be more than a couple minutes.
That's my girl.
This is teaching us that we can't fix every problem by ourselves.
Well, let's see here. There, kid stuff.
Good going, kiddo. Now we can focus on the car.
Now the pump brakes.
Now we can get started.
Well, wouldn't you just know it? If it's not one thing, it's another. Nelson's pump was always giving me problems.
I'll take care of it. Right. This shouldn't take too long. Done. No sweat.
Nice one.
And now that's gonna explode.
Finally, we can get started. Have you been able to find the missing parts?
Daddy, I'm so sorry. I wanted to finish fixing it. I wanted to have something to remember you by. But I've been so busy running the shop, and then I got sick, and I don't think I'm going to live long enough to be able to do it.
Hey, now, none of that. It's all right. You've been dealt a horrible hand. Worse than most. And you've been so strong through it all. An old car isn't worth your life, kiddo.
I just feel like I'm failing you. I'm so sorry.
Failing me? Amelia Grace Wellard, you stop that nonsense right now. You've already done more with the rebels than I ever did. It's gonna change the world. You've got too much left to live for. Too many people depend on you. You can't give up here.
Okay, I know you're right. I think I just needed to hear someone say it. Thank you, Daddy.
I'm your dad. It's what I do.
It was great seeing you again. I love you.
Love you too, sweetheart.
So I was wrong. The lesson here is not that we can't fix everything by ourselves. The lesson is that we have to give up on our individual pursuit to do what is right for society. A very communist message. I approve.
I thought I killed you.
Indeed. And I almost killed you. Luckily for me, that moment lives on in your memory. Let's go revisit it, shall we? You know, I thought you were done for after our little disagreement. And then when the Reaper swooped in, pure poetry. What was it he said to you, anyway? I'm dying to know.
He said he could ease my pain.
Oh, is that all?
No. No, he said something else, just as I was blacking out.
That's right, he did. What was it?
I can't remember.
Can't remember or don't want to remember? Mental blocks sure are problematic, aren't they?
Creepy looking thing. There's blood dripping from the end of it. I'm feeling a sense of deja vu.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the needle you stabbed into that guy's eye. Like the most badass thing you've ever done. Hey, Gecko.
A blade. Looks like the one on the end of the guard's rifle.
Does it? Is that what a bayonet blade looks like? Because to me, it kinda looks more like a sword. If I recall, bayonet blades kinda look more like trowels. Anybody back me up here? What does a bayonet blade look like? Because that's a sword. That's a motherfucking sword.
You're in my way.
Yes, that's the nature of mental blocks. What are you going to do about it?
That looks awfully familiar. I'm really sick of you.
Guess they wanted to use that animation twice.
That's him. That's the Reaper. He's saying something to me, but what? I've looked better. Talking to myself isn't going to get me anywhere.
Well, it's not that trowel-like. Also, that's I think a more modern bayonet than what they are going for in the game. Like, they are going for colonial war era style stuff. So that's probably not what his bayonet would have looked like. But that's still not what the bayonet or what that blade looks like.
Relax. I've come to ease your pain. I'm a doctor.
Doctor?
Okay, I guess there goes my theory that Tiberius is the
Get everything
Reaper.
sorted?
I think so, yes.
Great. Time to send you back.
Thanks for all your help, Clem. I'm sorry about...
Don't you worry about that, Amy. I went out helping the rebels. Couldn't have asked for much more than that. Now you get yourself back, and you do your part. I know everything will turn out fine.
Whee!
I know that... Take off the mask?
Yeah, those are the ones I meant. Those are the trowely bayonets I meant. I mean, it doesn't look really like a trowel. I guess if you stretch out a trowel real long, like... Yeah, that's what I mean. The one on his sprite was correct, but the giant blade in the background was very clearly a sword and not a bayonet of any description.
That was intense, but I only have more questions. I've got to find the Reaper. Only he has the answers. Wait a minute. Where did you come from?
Nah, that still doesn't nearly fit. Like, at all.
It's got a piece of paper in its beak. Okay, you've obviously brought me something. Let's have it.
Lady Twiner Montgomery White, painted over a period of 6 weeks. White's portrait of Lord Reginald Twiner's daughter was his last major piece before turning to a career of medicine. Renowned for the expression in the face, White admitted that the ladies concealed some secret. What may be has been the subject of much speculation. One of the better known modern portraits, it remains in the Twiner family private collection. Okay, so I gotta get this painting and decipher it Illuminati style. Da Vinci Code, that's
Welcome
what
back.
I was looking for.
I hope you were successful in your communion with the Reaper.
Yeah, no, I guess the Reaper is that white dude.
Hey,
Yes,
have you experienced the vision?
indeed. I'd rather not discuss our conversation, but we had good words for one another.
I'll see you later, Norman.
May death come for you swiftly, Amy.
Yeah, man, that honky doctor. Those kinda sorta fit. Just a little bit, Suika. I still maintain that what was shown in the background was very clearly a sword.
Hi, Ellie.
Hello, Amy.
Have you had a chance to speak with the Reaper?
I haven't had the vision yet, no. My time will come.
I'm going to go now. We'll talk later.
Have a blessed day. May death come for you swiftly.
Ellie is kinda cute.
Well, did you have the vision?
I did. It was certainly something.
Wonderful. I won't ask any more. Each person's vision is unique and private, but I hope it gave you the guidance you were seeking.
Oh, it did. Believe me. Have a good day.
May death come to you swiftly, fellow seeker.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, but I had some questions for you.
I'll be happy to answer them.
So, what is it you do in here?
We wait for our appointed times, when the Reaper will appear to us and guide us through the ether to the Promised Land. Every one of us has an expiration date, if you will. We gather here and hope that ours will be this very day. When one of us does pass on, we celebrate them and ask the Reaper to consider us for the next journey. In the meantime, we enjoy each other's company and express our adoration for the Reaper and his grim task.
To be honest, death from Discworld was a much better Reaper personification. I mean, he rode on a motorcycle at one point.
Is there a reason everyone wears a top hat?
As a sign of reverence and respect. Our leader has described the figure of the Reaper to us many times. He wears a tall black hat and long robes. You must have noticed the symbol we have adopted to represent him incorporates the image of the hat.
I did notice that, yes.
By wearing these hats, we feel a closeness, a kinship with him.
How come Jess doesn't wear one?
She chooses not to. Her reasons are her own.
Yeah, that's kinda close.
Can anyone join your group if they want to?
Yes. Anyone who is prepared to face and accept the inevitable is welcome to join us.
How do you know when people are ready?
The sincerity of wanting to die can't be easily faked. When I first spoke with you, you clearly weren't ready. It was easy to tell when you were.
Isn't it possible to misjudge?
Of course. But most people who aren't truly ready to die don't normally stay in the flock for very long. It has happened before, and it's a pity to lose them, but hopefully they will return someday.
What brought you into the flock?
I was looking for solace. Last year, I lost my entire family to green lung. I was devastated. And one day, I was walking through the market district and, like you, happened to speak to a fellow acolyte. She told me about the Reaper, how we shouldn't fear death, and my eyes were opened. Rather than mourn my family, I should be happy for them. After all, isn't there no better reward than to be taken from this miserable world to some place better? They have known the Reaper and seen his benevolence. All I can do is hope for the same. My former life has no meaning. My future lies in the next world, and the Reaper will take me there when the time comes, so I may be with my loved ones again. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I think it does.
I think you will find that many of my brothers and sisters joined for similar reasons.
Have you experienced the vision?
I attempted to, yes, but the Reaper did not see fit to grace me with his presence. Admittedly, I was a bit disappointed, but I plan to try again soon. I know he will speak to me when the time is right.
I'll speak to you later.
Well, he's a big fat dude, so probably the dosage wasn't right to send him into the trance. He probably needs double dose.
Hello there.
Hi.
Has the Reaper ever sent you a vision?
No, Jess told my mommy I was too young for that. But the other night, I had a dream where I talked to the Reaper. He told me that when my time came, I would see my daddy again and have lots of candy.
Have a good day.
May the Reaper take you!
Okie dokie, let's leave the nut bars behind. And I believe I already know what I have to do with that page, because I'm pretty damn sure it came out of Nelson's art book.
Nelson, does this mean anything to you?
Ah, yes. That page is from one of my art books. There was a young lady here several years ago who was reading it, and when she got to that page, she became very upset and tore it out. Ran off, screaming about the Reaper. It was very odd.
The Reaper?
Yes, I think she said something about having seen him. As I said, it was many years ago. It's difficult to remember.
That's fine. Thanks for the information.
Oh, that's probably Jess.
Citizens are reminded of the nightly curfew beginning at sundown.
That's
For your safety,
probably
anyone caught
Jess.
outside.
Let's show the page to Jess. I gotta say, I do like this music. It's relaxing. It's chill.
Hey, Jess? Does this mean anything to you?
Where did you get that?
Raven brought it to me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but...
No, not at all. That painting, it's what started all of this. This is clearly a sign from the Reaper.
I'm not quite following here.
18 years ago, I was keeping my friend Wilson company while he was on a lottery job for Tiberius. He had been sent to fix a water pump, and the ruins of the building it was in had a copy of that painting. When he had finished the job, I asked him to get it for me, and...
And?
Apparently, Wilson had green lung, but hadn't told me. He said he was getting the vaccine for his sister. I saw a Raven right before Wilson collapsed. The Reaper appeared shortly after. He came to claim Wilson's soul. That's when I had my epiphany.
Where did this all happen?
It was in Sector 67, in a collapsed building next to a parking lot.
Huh. It's a long shot, but it might be worth investigating.
I can only hope the Reaper visits you so you may find peace.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh boy, this entire cult was born out of the misunderstanding of a grieving young woman. Dude was not coming to claim the Wilson's soul, but to help him.
Doesn't look like he's been here that long. Poor guy.
His blood looks green, but that might just be the massive fucking glow.
Another old road sign. Doesn't look like people could go very fast around here. A Dunstan Algonquin. Cheap and reliable, but not the most fun to drive. Or so I've heard. Nothing useful. Looks like all the oil leaked out of the engine a long time ago.
Bugger. Yeah, it might be vomit, but vomit usually is, at least in my experience, is usually some shade of brown.
It looks like an old record player. It's still in surprisingly good condition. It's sad to see a nice machine, nothing useful hidden underneath them. It's of no use to me. Completely ruined. A piece of metal shrapnel with a very sharp edge.
Okay, I'll have to remember that thing. Ooh, screen goes on.
Just another victim of the wastes. Looks like he's been here for decades. Nothing useful.
Ah, there it is.
There she is. Lady Twiner. This corpse is missing its left arm. I wonder what happened to it. I really hope An old water pump. Kind of reminds me of the reactor in Sector 82. Just a memory of whatever this building used to be.
Let's check that painting.
The face is incredibly lifelike. I almost expect her to start talking to me. What's wrong with her eyes? It definitely feels like there's something behind the canvas, but I can't rip it with my bare hands.
You see how fucking ripped up that shit is? You could probably push through it with your pinky. God damn it. Ooh. A key and a token.
This can't be a coincidence. Someone is leaving me a trail.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I think I've done enough damage. It seems to be running fine.
Alright, back to the train. Motherfucking train. Choo-choo! First, let's just try this.
I don't see how I can use that complete. This is still in really good condition. It might be worth having.
Yoink. Oh, okay. I didn't know Bile did that. That's interesting.
Fits perfectly.
Click clack, motherfuckers, here I come.
What was that noise?
Oops.
What are those doing in here? These look like the types of books Nelson collects. The sign on these says, "Do not store anything heat sensitive inside." There's nothing in there but dust.
Well, I guess dust isn't necessarily heat sensitive.
That thing looks really old.
Fire extinguishers have expiration
It's no
dates,
good.
right?
Looks like it all evaporated quite a while ago. That's where the locomotive's guts are. There can't be anything of much use in there now, though. I can't think of anything I could do with that. Interesting. Looks like some kind of manually controlled fuel regulator. It doesn't seem to do much. Makes sense, considering the train's not using any fuel right now. Looks like this is where the bulk of the controls are.
Let's go! Choo-choo! Oh boy. Let's just push random buttons and see what happens.
It doesn't seem to do anything. I'm not sure I can see anything useful to do there. I'm giving a very... It would probably disintegrate. I think I remember Dad having this exact same one in his shop. Doesn't seem to have done much. Hello? Nothing. I can't do much with the plaque except read it.
Well, read
Most
it
of
then.
the text is faded, but I can make out the words McNulty Hatch Corp at the bottom. Not giving a very accurate reading currently. It's stuck in place.
Nope, nothing to do here. Guess I'll check the rest of the train. Motherfucking trees!
It's beautiful. I might accidentally harm it if I do that. A footstool. Is there really a need for comfort in a place like this? I wish I could put my feet up on something, but now isn't the time. Looks like some kind of storage hatch. There's a little plaque on it that says McNulty Hatch Corp. It's sealed tight. I won't be able to open it like this.
I guess that's what the hatch control is for up there. But I guess I need to restore power first.
It's blank.
Ooh, record
It
player.
doesn't look to be in very good shape. Messing around with this record player isn't my highest priority right now. A few loose books. Nothing really jumps out at me. Nothing too... I probably shouldn't... A bunch of records. I've never even heard of half of these artists. That's a lot of books. It rivals Nelson's collection. I haven't got time for reading.
That's definitely tooth 5.
Messing around with this record.
Okay.
I don't need any notepaper.
So what do I do now? Oh, okay, that's just a shaft of light.
I haven't got time for reading. That's a lot of... This looks like it was used recently. I don't want to get too close. It smells like old tuna. I wonder if this is what caused the train to make its final stop.
Pretty sure I need to turn on the power somehow. In the last wagon, the notice on the wall? Didn't see one. You mean that behind the... Oh, yeah. I didn't even see that. 251. Okay, 251 and then the lever. Two, 5, 1, lever.
I think I heard something coming from the next car.
Eagle eye there, Suika. I totally didn't see that one. Thanks, mate. Ah!
Hold it right there. Keep your hands where I can see them and don't don't make any sudden moves. Now who are you, and what are you doing on my train?
My name is Amy Wellard, and I mean you no harm. I'm a friend.
A friend, huh? You can't fool me. I know a scavenger when I see one. Lucky for you, I'm not in the mood to clean up any messes today. I'll let you see yourself out, but if you touch anything, you're gonna have to answer to old Betsy here. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on out here, you old flea bag. Ain't nothing too dangerous out here. I know. I'll feed you now, you old beggar.
Well...
It's empty.
She seems nice. Let's talk to her some more.
Still here, huh? I got my eye on you, so don't try anything funny.
Hi.
What is it?
Do you live here all alone?
No, I got that fatso over there to keep me company, and it suits me fine.
Surviving in the wastes can't be easy.
Take a look around. I got everything I need here, and what I don't have, I go out and find.
So, you're a scavenger?
No, I don't go into places where people live and take their things.
I'm not here to steal anything. I didn't even know you lived here.
Uh-huh.
Where did you find all these things? I haven't seen living trees in the wastes for a long time.
I didn't find it anywhere. It's all mine. I just carted it all out here when I shacked up on this train.
Where did you come from?
That's really none of your business.
Is your record player broken?
Yes. I accidentally knocked it over a couple of weeks ago.
I noticed you're missing the arm.
Huh. You have one yourself?
I did a long time ago, but not anymore. You know, I'm pretty good with machines. I could fix it for you if you want.
Well, I won't say no, but don't expect any sort of reward for doing it.
That's fine. I'm not looking for one.
Uh-huh.
Well, she's trusting.
What do you know about the Reaper?
The Reaper? I remember hearing some rumors about a guy they were calling the Reaper, way back, around the time the plague started. Supposedly there were some burrs that meant he was coming to kill you, but I never ran into him myself. Hadn't thought about that in years, actually.
I just want you to know, I've got the perfect life.
Good for you. My life would be perfect if you got off my train.
I'll just be on my way.
Let's fix her record player. She's probably more amiable once I've done that.
This is just like the one Mom and Dad used to have. It looks like it's missing the needle, but fixing it wouldn't be too tough. I don't see... It's a little corroded, but it looks like there's a couple of flowers on this plaque. Must be the logo of the company that made this. The phonograph's arm is missing. Fits perfectly. That should work now. Turning the crank wouldn't do much, considering there's no records to play. A bunch of records.
Wouldn't expect you to. Nobody listens to good music anymore.
I can't think of anything. Hi.
What is it?
Your record player's fixed?
Is that right? And what exactly are you expecting from me in return?
Nothing. Look, I'm not here to get something from you. Why I'm here has nothing to do with you.
Well, that's how the world works. Nobody does something good for nothing.
Some people do. I think you've been out here so long, you've forgotten humans can be good once in a while.
This world eats good people for breakfast. I don't know what you're looking for, but I hope you find it.
I'll just be on my way.
Alrighty.
Let's show her the token. Maybe she can do something with it.
Hey, where did you find that?
Over near Sector 67, do you know anything about it? I noticed the logo on the coin was the same as on this train.
It's the logo for South Coast Transit. They own this railroad along with the public transportation system in the city. That there is a subway token. Before the blast, people would use those to ride the train underneath the city.
Really? I had no idea there was an underground train in the city.
Doesn't surprise me. Almost all the stations collapsed after the blast. There's only one left standing.
Where can I find it?
It's not too far from the quarantine zone. Just head up Roth Avenue and keep your eye out for the Wallies. The station is right next to it. Be careful down there. There's a whole network of tunnels. Don't want you to get lost.
Don't worry. I'm not planning on wandering around any tunnel mazes.
Oh boy, it's a maze segment.
I don't think she'd be
Let's go to the subway. I wonder why the fuck she hid in there. She could have just fucking come out and pointed her rifle at me.
I wonder if this person died trying to escape the quarantine zone. Nothing useful that I can see. I'm sure this was a nice-looking place at one point. I can just see the wall that's separating the rest of the city from the quarantine zone. No thanks.
What do you want to bet that we have to go to the quarantine zone at one
It's
point?
in surprisingly good condition. I don't think that would be a good idea.
Oh boy.
It's just hanging there. That's kind of grotesque. I'd really rather not touch it.
God, Amy, you're so fucking boring. So boring.
It's not every day you get to see an underground river. The damage from the blast really did a number on this station.
I'd call that more of a pool than a river.
How on earth did this get down here? I can't reach it. I can't just go around. I don't see. I can't get to it. The river is blocking my path. It's too far to jump, and it doesn't look fit for swimming. There's a ton of debris in there, and who knows what else. I'll need to find another way across.
Ugh.
I'd really rather.
How do I get across this? Maybe I forgot something up top. Let's see. There's the corpse, that is the quarantine zone.
I don't see how.
Where else could I find something for this?
No, it needs to stay there. It's pointing into the alley, and it says Clem's Crockery.
A reminder to all citizens, large containers or bags are subject to search by the aristocrat guard at any time.
What L on what sign? Oh, you mean the Wally's sign? I don't think I could select that. No, I could.
I can't reach. that did it.
Honestly, the way it was darker than the rest, it kind of looked to me like it was...
This thing survived being shot and falling. I'd say it's pretty sturdy. Kind of big to be lugging around too much, though.
I honestly thought that was marking a place where a letter was missing, and I didn't see it move.
There, that should work.
That was never that big. That's complete fucking horseshit. That's total horseshit. No way, Jose.
Well, it accepted my token.
Well, that's reassuring.
Another collapse. I'm glad this didn't decide to collapse 5 minutes later. Formerly part of the ceiling, from the looks of things. Creepy. Those are some nice gloves it's got on, though. It's just out of reach. I'm out of ammo. It's just out of reach. There's a trapdoor at the top of these stairs, but it seems to be locked from the other side.
Well, I guess I climb out of the hole. That was a pretty nice climbing animation.
It's tangled up around that pile of debris. It's tangled up too tightly to undo by hand.
Time to cut.
A nice piece of rope and a freed mannequin. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Ooh, baseball bat. Yes. Yes, please. More weapons! I'm amassing a fucking arsenal here. Too bad I probably
Looks
won't
like
get
this
to use
person
any of
was
it.
crushed by the ceiling. What an awful end. Too late to help now. Doesn't look like there's anything useful on the body.
Let's get those nice gloves.
Creepy. Those are... They're not in bad shape. Won't be much use if I need to protect my hands, though.
Nah, like I said, Suika, it wasn't that I just thought that was a missing lever.
Still
I never
on the
even
rack,
saw it move.
Though not in very good shape.
Hey, what up, Dunk? What up, Dunk? I'm doing fine. Doing pretty fine. Not too big on the game, actually. It's kind of flat in my opinion.
Seems to be full of fishing equipment.
Doesn't really have humor going for it. The story isn't terribly well written. The protagonist's character is sort of flat. But oh well.
I don't
Let's
think I'll
smash
be
it.
needing the vacuum cleaner.
Aww. Smash this shit?
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Oh yeah! Smashy smashy. Yoink.
This fridge still looks like it's doing okay. Not surprisingly, it's empty. I'm going to need something to open up the side if I want to scavenge for parts.
I believe 2015? Let me take a look here. Yeah, 2015 around there.
It won't have any parts I need. Not surprisingly, it's empty. I'm going to need something to open up the side if I want to scavenge for parts. I don't see how that'll help. These don't look to be in very good condition. Doesn't look like they're even worth examining for parts.
That actually sounds interesting, Sensei.
Looks like this is my only way up.
Oh yeah, that's the spiritual successor to what was it called? The one with the floaty skull and all the dialogue. Fuck. I never finished that one. You guys probably
Shut
don't
tight.
know what I need.
I won't be able to pry it open with my bare hands. Dead. Although, I might be able to take a look inside and get it working again. I don't think that'll help get the elevator doors open.
Why the fuck not? It's a big honking anchor.
No, this piece of shrapnel is too flimsy to pry the doors open. If I force it anymore, it'll break. Looks like I'll have to find a less forceful method of getting this elevator to open.
Yeah, Planescape Torment, that's the one.
This isn't in as good a condition as I thought. Only useful part in here is this fuse. I might as well hang on to it.
Yay, got a fuse. Let's pry that panel open.
There, that wasn't so tough. I'm not sure. I sure hope this works.
And in you go. Yay! Climate
Here goes
time.
nothing. Looks like that's my next destination.
So, why in the
Bunch of
heck is
old
she even
office
climbing
furniture,
this
from the look
building?
of it.
Like, I get that that's where the token led us, but still.
I'm guessing this used to support the structure before it collapsed. Not a bad
This.
idea.
And then we do this. And then we do this.
I don't see how I...
Nope, we just do this.
Ooh, that was more of a climb than I anticipated. What is this place? wonder if
It
there
looks
was
to
once
be
a
an
river
atelier. With a nice view of the city.
It looks like a giant raven. Seeing that thing gliding around the sky would definitely be intimidating. Messy. Someone should really clean this place up. I don't need them. A sketch of the Reaper. Lots of little design notes written around the sides. I wouldn't want to ruin the drawing.
What do we have here?
Those look to be mostly medical textbooks. Reminds me of an old dress-up doll I used to have when I was a kid. I probably shouldn't mess around with that. I haven't got time for reading. I had something like this when I was a kid. A jar of dirt where bugs lived. It's too high to reach. It's fake, I hope. It's too high to reach.
Ooh, disassembled raven. Nice.
Aha! Just what I thought. They're mechanical. Aha! These look like security monitors. What are they doing here? These look like
They're obviously
anatomy,
for controlling the
infectious
ravens.
diseases,
You're tired?
biology, quite a collection.
God, you're so stupid.
Weird. I wonder what these are for.
I thought mechanics were
Weird.
supposed to be intelligent.
Full of lots of unmarked bottles. I wonder what they're for. Full of
Smashy smashy!
Full of full.
Oh wow, he has a flight suit. Nice.
Ah, Amy Wellard. You found me. I was hoping you would.
How did you...
I realize you probably have many questions. I can give you all the answers you need. But first, allow me to make myself more presentable.
So you are human.
Yes. I'm sorry to disappoint you if you were expecting more.
I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. You told me you were a doctor.
Yes, Dr. Edwin Aquino, at your service. I was once the leader of the Green Lung vaccine development team, but after learning about their vaccine distribution, or lack thereof, that quickly changed.
Hang on, you knew about the vaccine hoarding? Why didn't you tell anyone?
That would have started violent riots. It's not fair to begin a civil war when it would end without a cure for the illness. I wanted to say something. It hurt not to, but the time wasn't right.
You didn't think the people deserved to know?
They do, and they will. But not while we only have a vaccine and not a cure. With a permanent cure, the aristocracy's hoarding becomes irrelevant, and the focus will be on eradicating the disease.
I guess that makes sense.
No, it really doesn't. It really totally doesn't. Because with proper vaccination of the entire population, your workforce for curing this thing would be so much bigger. That's just talking complete and utter shite.
Why the mechanical ravens? What do they do?
Rather clever little inventions, wouldn't you say? They have video transmitters in their eyes and audio transmitters in their beaks. I use them as scouts, since I can control them remotely.
Did you make them?
No, someone else did, a long time ago. In any case, they've served me quite well, at least the ones that haven't broken. I have very few left, which is going to be a problem at some point.
You've been following me with your birds. Why am I of such interest to you?
You did a lottery job for the Ministry of Energy.
That's right. What of it?
You've got the disease. You're fighting to survive. You're clever and resourceful. Exactly what I need.
Exactly what do you need?
After I left the Ministry of Medicine, I began my attempts at developing a permanent cure for green lung. It was a long process, which took over 10 years, but just last month, I had a breakthrough and was able to make this.
Is that?
Yes, this is the cure for green lung. I've been testing it and it seems to work, but I need to be certain. Aside from that, I don't have the information necessary to mass produce the cure, though I suspect Tiberius keeps it somewhere in the Ministry of Energy.
So, what is it you need from me?
We're both fugitives, Amy. I can't put myself at risk by going to the places I need to. If I'm killed or captured, my research will have all been for nothing. You can clearly take care of yourself. I saw how you handled things at Rockwall Prison and Willowdale Plaza.
You helped me out both of those times.
I merely provided some assistance. Your survival was your own doing. Now
Bullshit,
I realize it's a bit
was.
much to ask, but your help would be incredibly valuable, not just to me, but to the future of humanity.
It's not really much to ask. I owe you my life, after all.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. The main thing I need is to find out where Tiberius is keeping my research on mass production. At some point, I'll also need a subject to test the cure on, so I can be absolutely sure it works. Do you have any questions?
Also, Suika, they quite obviously have the facilities to mass produce the vaccine because I saw an entire horde of them in the previous stream. Like a horde that could have treated the entire population for a year.
Why do you dress like that?
Intimidation, mainly. The work I do is not exactly looked upon favorably by the government, so I had to come up with a way to make sure I was left alone. The costume is just to make sure anyone who might happen to see me is scared off.
So you knew of the rumors about the Reaper and decided to become him yourself?
No, I'm the one who started them. Creating the image of death personified seemed a natural deterrent for anyone who might get too close. Thankfully, the rumors seem to have spread rather quickly over the years.
You weren't kidding. There's a whole cult dedicated to worshipping you.
Yes, I know of them. An extreme example, but I can't deny it helps my work.
About your subject, can I try the cure?
I'd like to, but it's far too risky. You are one of my greatest assets right now. If this proves to have any adverse side effects, I'll be without your help. Once I can mass produce this, I won't have to be so careful.
How can we find the mass production information?
Ideally, I could use my ravens to go in and locate it, but I only have 3 working ones left. And as you're well aware, Tiberius's tower is huge. It would take way too long for only 3 ravens to scan the entire place without being detected.
Could I take a look at one of them?
Of course.
Who did you say made these?
A friend in the Ministry of Knowledge, but that was ages ago. I know very little about their design.
It isn't too complex, actually. I can fix them for you, no problem.
You can?
Sure. See this bit here? That's the servo, the part that controls the wings. It's worn out, so I just need to replace it with a new one.
Are those common? Would we be able to find one or more in the city?
Well, I learned about them from working on toy airplanes that my friend had when we were kids. If we could find some, we'd be in business.
I wonder. Yes, excellent. As I suspected, there's a hobby shop which has remained mostly intact further in the city, and I can see that they have several model airplanes.
Great, I'll go get them and fix your ravens in no time.
Yes, but the store is located in the quarantine zone.
So,
I
have
knew
nothing
it.
to worry about. I'm already infected.
You contracting green lung isn't my concern. It's how you're going to get back out. The quarantine zone is designed to keep people from escaping.
If I can find a way in, I'll just have to find a way out, won't I?
Fine. While you're there, see if you can bring someone back with you. Someone who has been quarantined will make an ideal subject to test the cure on.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. Take this then.
What is it?
A 2-way communicator. They used to call them walkie-talkies. We can use them to stay connected while you're in there.
Can you tell me anything about Tiberius?
Quite a bit. I've known him for a very long time. Since before the bombs, in fact. Was there anything specific you wanted to know?
What was Tiberius like before the bombs?
He was the director of the Ministry of Energy. Of course, back then he wasn't calling himself Tiberius. He was just Julian. After society collapsed, he took the initiative to reform and establish the aristocracy. His love for history led him to adopt the alias of Tiberius, as well as insisting the other aristocrats take the name of ancient Roman emperors.
Why does he wear that awful mask?
Anonymity. He felt government leaders are more respected as an institution rather than as people. I can't deny that this approach works extremely well.
Was he always so evil?
I wouldn't call him that. Manipulative, yes. Ruthless, undoubtedly. But not evil. He suffered immense trauma on the day the bombs fell.
Everyone did. Not all of us had the wealth to recover so easily.
Tiberius lost both his wife and unborn child that day. Wealth or not, that hits a man hard. It left him quite mentally unstable, to be honest. His determination to rebuild society was rooted in trying to cope with his loss. In a way, I felt pity for him. Perhaps too much.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Never mind.
So that thing in the bell jar is his unborn kid. That's not creepy or morbid at all.
Strange for him to have a soothsayer for an assistant. How is he qualified?
Superstition is a very powerful force. I'm living proof of that. I never had many dealings with the soothsayer. but I believe he came from somewhere outside the city. Tiberius finds comfort in being able to have a channel to the supposed other side. While I don't share his beliefs, I can't particularly fault him for having them.
That's all for now.
Fair enough.
I'll just get to it then.
Good luck, Amy. By the way, that doorway back there will allow you to get up and down the tower much easier than climbing.
I'm just wondering where the hell he paraglided down from, because this looks like one of the highest buildings around. Yeah, he's pretty much Batman BXL. And down we go. Quarantine zone. Let's go to the reactor first. Tell Danton what's up. Hey kiddo, I'm saving the world all on my own. Without you or your sword.
Danton? What is it, Amy?
Time for me to go.
If you need...
Yep, that's what I thought. Completely useless. Let's shock the acolytes.
Excuse me?
Yes?
How come you don't wear a hat like everyone else?
When I saw the Reaper, the encounter left me feeling terrified. My hair turned white, seemingly overnight. When I began spreading the word, I decided to use my hair as a symbol of my encounter, as proof that what I saw was real. To cover it up with a hat would be a disservice to his legacy.
Have a good day.
May death come to you swiftly, fellow seeker.
People in this game just keep spouting complete and utter nonsense. Also, I want a hat. Give me my fucking hat. Oh well, I guess it's time to head to the quarantine zone.
Quarantine zone. For a lot of people, this is one of the last signs they ever get to read. A safety sign. Looks to be warning against riding on the back of the trains. Excuse me.
Huh? What do you want?
What is it you're doing out here?
Transporting people into the quarantine zone. What does it look like?
Aren't you worried about getting infected?
Well, considering this is a lottery job, not really.
I need to get inside the quarantine zone.
Huh. You know, I think that's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that. Why on earth would you want to go into the quarantine zone? There's nothing in there except the sick and dying.
There's a friend of mine inside who I'm looking for.
I hate to break it to you, but people only get sent in there when it's close to the end. I'd forget about your friend if I were you.
I've got green lung.
Is that so? You look pretty healthy to me.
That may be, but I can assure you I've got it.
Look, my orders are to take people in who are at the terminal phase, and you clearly aren't. So unless you can prove otherwise, my hands are tied. Why are you trying to get in there anyway? If I was you, I would avoid telling anyone I was sick.
I have my reasons.
I'm sure you do.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
This is my way of communicating directly. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
I need proof that I'm dying.
A rather odd request.
Yes, but if I'm going to get into the quarantine zone, I need the gatekeeper to think I'm sick enough.
I may have a plan. I just hope you aren't faint of heart.
Trust me, I'm not.
Good. Go out and see if you can find someone who has recently died of green lung. Then use your communicator to let me know. I should be able to help you further from there.
Okay, but how will I be able to tell if they died of green lung?
Look for green sputum around the body and pustules around the wrists. Those are the two telltale signs.
Over and out.
Okay, seems that fella at the painting did indeed die of green lung.
Looks like he's got pustules on his wrists, and there's a small puddle of green goo on the ground next to him. This person was definitely a victim of green lung. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
I found our patient.
Excellent. Where is the body located?
In Sector 67, right near that painting.
I'll meet you there shortly.
Poor soul. Hopefully this site will soon be a thing of the past. Step over there if you would, Amy. I need room to work. Here, take this.
A severed arm?
Yes. Notice the pustules around the wrist. Those are the telltale signs of the terminal phase of green lung. With some trickery on your part, you should be able to use this to get into the quarantine zone.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, Suika, I think that green lung will be is somehow related to radiation sickness.
I'm not sure how I can... Maybe this will help. The glove actually makes it look like the hand is intact.
Alrighty then. Into the quarantine zone.
Excuse me.
Yeah? What is it?
Take a look at this.
Oh, jeez. You weren't kidding. We have to get you inside. Climb up on the cart here and let's get a move on.
And we're in.
This place.
Well, well. Fresh meat.
I beg your pardon?
Welcome to the quarantine zone, honey. Now shut up. Boys.
What are you...
So, this is how things are going to work, okay? My guys are going to search you and take anything we like. Once we do that, you don't follow us or ever talk to us again. Curl up wherever you want and wait until you die. Anything good, Honor?
Yeah, a crossbow, radio, baseball bat, a piece of metal, and a severed arm?
Huh. It's always the clean ones that are the freaks. Let her keep her little toy. Take the rest.
Let go of me!
What a surprise.
Enjoy your stay while you can.
Who would have thought that locking up people who are sick and close to death would lead to a total anarchical society? Who ever could have known?
The heavily fortified gate. Only one way, apparently.
Alrighty. I think arriving in the quarantine zone is a good place to cut it for today. I hope you enjoyed the adventures of Raven Man and his incompetent sidekick Amy. If you haven't voted yet, there's a new poll for my there's a poll for my next game that I'm about to stream, that I will stream after I'm done with this one. And yeah, if you haven't voted yet, vote there, because right now it's a 3-way tie. So if you could break that tie, that would be fan-fucking-tastic. If it's not broken, I'll just put it on the wheel and let the wheel decide. Anyway, I hope you had fun, and I'm gonna be back Probably on Monday. Probably. See you then. Marco.